Let's continue here on the program. We're joined by a gentleman, as a matter of fact, one of the stars of the TV show All-American Homecoming, airs on CW each Monday, 9 p.m., 8 Central. He plays the role of Damon Sims, but you've also seen him in TV series such as Legacies and The Quad. You've also seen him in the movie Detroit. He's Peyton Alex Smith. He's a FAMU alum. He joins us here on the program. Peyton, welcome to Box to Row and Radio Boss.
Man, what's up? I appreciate y'all having me.
Absolutely. Damon Sims, man, and we watched the show. I watched the show from Monday. Damon Sims had a lot. Damon Sims probably had more going on Monday than in any other episode. So much was going on. Tell us, who is Damon Sims?
Man, Damon Sims is a kid from Chicago. This is my second time playing a kid from Chicago. He was the #1 baseball player in the country, was supposed to go to the league, but decided to go to an HBCU instead. So he's just a young adult at a HBCU, just trying to find himself out.
No question about it. And this episode, so much has transpired with him. And as a matter of fact, Monday's episode, you had him, your character, finding out that who his real birth mother was. The dichotomy between, now you got two women going on here with, Camille Hyde's character, and then also Simone, who's played, of course, by Jeffrey Maya. You've got a bit of a situation there. You're just going steady now with Camille Hyde's character, but Damon still has feelings for Simone.
Yeah, but you know, Simone got a man. What y'all want me to do about it?
True.
You got to choose up.
True, but Damon still has feelings for her, obviously.
Oh, for sure, sure. But as a friend.
Okay, all right.
Well, but like the rest of the college students, especially athletes, options are always open.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing about the show. It's so, of course, you went to FAM, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But a lot of what we see are things that happen on college campuses, and specifically in this case at HBCUs.
No, definitely. So when I was shooting the quad, Jeffrey, I believe, was at Clark. So she was on campus while we were doing that. So we both had the HBCU vibes. So, with both of us leading the show, we definitely had that feel. And definitely on set, it seems like a party, just like it would be at a HBCU. So it's kind of dope and surreal to be back in that environment.
No question about it. And there's a lot of, Damon, your character again, Damon Sims, it's got a lot of pressure on him. He's got the situation with the birth mother. He's got the situation with, to your point, you mentioned him coming to Brixton and being this top pitcher, could have played in the major leagues, right? So he's got to carry. He feels like he's got to carry the team, and then he's just a college student. He's got a lot of pressure.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like a lot of college students, he's out in the world on his own for the first time. And he doesn't even know who he is. And then on top of that, he has all of this pressure. And then if you look at it, just like what's happening in the real world right now, with a lot of top athletes going to HBCUs now, I feel like he was one of the first of his kind. So if it doesn't work out, now the rest of these young Black kids gonna look at it and well, it didn't work out for him. I'm not going to an HBCU. And I feel like he understands that. And he's like, all right, I want to bring Black excellence to this school. I want to show him that top athletes can come here and still be successful. So that's a lot of pressure for a 17, 18-year-old kid.
No doubt about it. Peyton Alex Smith plays the role of Damon Sims on All-American Homecoming, which airs on CW each Monday, 9 p.m., 8 Central, as he joins us here on the program. To your point, do you feel, you hit it right on the head in terms of top athletes starting to kind of come now, at least kind of look at HBCUs. Do you feel like we'll sort of see that still continue to transpire?
Definitely, especially with I think LeBron just did. He's got something going on with FAMU. You got Deion Sanders and what he's doing. I definitely think, especially with these kids being able to finally make money now, which we kind of touch on the show, that they'll definitely, because they want to be around their people. You know what I mean? For years, like a lot of the PWIs that these top athletes are going to, those were the last schools to let us in. So we had to go to HBCU. So I think it's dope that we're going back. And I think with these top athletes choosing to put their careers on the line or choosing to back HBCUs, like we'll definitely see more, especially if they start winning like Deion's doing.
As an HBCU alum, and again, understanding Brixton's a fictional HBCU in Atlanta, right, looks a lot like Morehouse, got Morehouse colors, looks a lot like Morehouse. But how much input do you have in the show from that respect as an HBCU alum when it kind of comes to, you know, some of the topics specific to HBCUs?
Man, so we our showrunner NK, one of the dopest executive producers I've ever worked for. So she's very open. She's like, sometimes she'll be like, I don't know, like, how do you guys feel about this? So she'll always come to like Jeffrey or myself, and a lot of the crew or a lot of the writers went to HBCU. So she's very open, and it's kind of like we all collab. And so for like, that wouldn't happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. She's not like, no, this is my show. She's like, okay, so like, how can we figure this out? So yeah, they definitely give us a lot of input.
Alex Peyton Smith joins us here on the program. How much did you know about baseball? Did you play baseball growing up? How much did you know?
What? I'm an athlete, man. You don't see me? Like, come on. Like, yo, but for real, not too much. I haven't picked up a baseball since in 17 years, maybe. Like I might have threw a baseball once, and I think it was like on an all-white team when I was a kid, and they threw the ball at me, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna go hoop. So I definitely had to, once I booked the role, I started training, and I traveled the country for a little bit with my coach Ruben. Shout out Coach Ruben. Went to like Washington, Arizona, and I sat in the dugouts with these kids. Went to some pro games, met some athletes, and we just started training. So now I can actually pitch. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm going to the league or nothing, but it look good on TV. You feel me?
How fast do you throw it? I know you got to have a radar. Somebody's got to have a radar gun somewhere, right?
Coach Ruben gonna see this and see me capping. I got a school zone going. You know, so now I think I got my highest I got up to was like 75, 76. Okay. But for an actor, that ain't bad. No, like, especially if I'm throwing a strike. That's not bad. I'm not doing my stunt double. I think he just got picked up by the Phillies. He's doing like 102. Or something crazy like that. I said, that's what that looks like.
Wow. Well, how much more do you feel like you know about baseball now?
Man, it's those dudes are athletes. So like, and every time I went to like these scouting games and these games where these kids were playing, I wouldn't see like a lot of like Black kids, but the ones that I did see, they were balling. But like, I have a lot more respect for them because it's not as fast paced as like basketball or football, but those dudes are moving. It's just in spurts. So like, I have a lot more respect for the game, especially for pitchers, because baseball is like the only sport where the defense has the ball. And so like, just now knowing more about the sport, I enjoy it more. Before I was like, man, this is boring. I'm not trying to sit here for hours. Now that I understand it, like, I'm like, it's lit.
Yeah. Alex Peyton Smith again plays the role of Damon Sims, All-American Homecoming, joins us here on the program. What do people come up and say to you now as it relates to HBCUs in terms of maybe they didn't know about HBCUs, but now they have more knowledge of HBCUs because of All-American Homecoming?
Man, definitely. Just like the flagship show, All American, I think it brought like what was going on in like the inner cities, or like with gang violence. I feel like it brought it to mainstream. So I think just like HBCUs, CWs allowed us a chance to bring that to mainstream. So, everything might not be exactly, what we went through in our experience, but now it's on mainstream. People are like, oh, that's cool. Like, I never even knew that existed. So I think that it's dope that we'll be able to put it on this specific platform.
And I just read where the show, which rightfully it should be, was renewed for a second season.
Man, come on. So like I woke up late, you know what I'm saying? I was out last night, and so I'm trying to get ready for the interview, and I see all these texts, and I'm like, what's going on? I said, I'll get back to y'all. And I'm like, oh, we lit. Let's go. Now it's go time. Now I'm back to training.
Yeah, no doubt. So let me transition a little bit. The Quad, so the Quad, which came on BET maybe going back 4 or 5 years ago. I did watch it, but not as intently. But how I don't know how much did, obviously there's some similarities, with the HBCU dynamic, but how did that? Well, I guess you already prepared for this because you're a FAM guy anyway.
Man, for real, like when people who went to FAM with me saw it, they saw me portraying the character Tom Cedric Hobbs. They were like, they paid you to be yourself. And I was like, but it was cool because I got to work with Rob Hardy, who's a mentor of mine. Nick and Nani Rose went to FAMU as well. We had a lot of people who went to FAM. So like, and then the school on the Quad was called GAMU. So, we weren't too far off, but like, it was kind of like this. It was a party, and like acting is what I love to do, and to do it around like our people, and to do it at the level that we're doing it at, and seeing that like we can still be ourselves and still bring excellence. Like, it's, what I'm saying, it's a dope experience.
Yeah. And then Legacies is another CW show. I never had a chance. I never watched it, but I mean,
it's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Because you were one of the main characters, and you did that for several seasons.
Yeah. Yeah. So we went to Comic-Con, and that's when I realized how big it was. So it was a spinoff of you ever heard of Vampire Diaries?
Yes.
So it's a spinoff of that. So when I got to the New York one, it was cool. But everybody kept telling me, oh, San Diego's crazy. San Diego's crazy. I was like, whatever, I've seen stuff before. I got to San Diego. Look, I thought I was Prince. The way they were screaming, I said, it's just Peyton, man. Like, y'all gotta chill. But no, I played a werewolf on that show. So that was dope. And I remember like my first day going to work, it was my I was casted last, so I was flying in from New York, and I didn't really know who I was playing. I saw Raphael. I started reading the script. It had Latin in it and Spanish, and I'm like, I hope they know I'm Black. So I get to set, and they were like, oh, he's Puerto Rican. I take off my hat. They was like, I said, yeah, my hair nappy. Like I'm Black. I don't speak Spanish, man. And my first day I had to turn into a werewolf. It was crazy, but it was a fun experience, and I love everybody on that show. Shout out to Legacies.
No question, man. That's good. Your career is continuing to blossom. And then Detroit, you had a part in. Is that the only movie you've done to this point?
No, actually the first movie I did, I was a kid. I didn't really have like a huge part, but Queen Latifah played my mom in Mad Money. Then I had a small roles and stuff like Long Shots and like Carter High and some other things. But yeah, Detroit was probably I would say the biggest one so far. And then now I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but whatever, I already said it. I'm guest on kind of on BMF, In and Out.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And there's I'm going to talk about the connection there with really with 50 BMF, and then his Ghost. But I'll talk with you a little bit more about a connection there. A couple of more thoughts, of course, with Peyton Alex Smith. Plays the role of Damon Sims, All-American Homecoming on CW, Mondays, 9 p.m., 8 Central. What do you remember most about your days at Florida A&M?
Man, some of it we can't say on the air, you know. But no, I just remember like being able to be in a place where I could have fun, but I was still learning. Like I didn't even know that like I fell in love with history at FAMU, you know, because I didn't really know our history like that, just because like a lot of schools like we're used to growing up didn't teach us anything about us. You know, we knew slavery happened, boom, and they move on. And so it was dope to see, you know, where we came from and like where we're going now. I remember being able to learn at the highest level and then also being able to turn up at the highest level.
Yeah.
You know, I had some fun, man.
No, FAM's dope, man. Like I've been to
but FAM. I remember the band, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, shout out to your school, but come on. Marching 100.
I mean, what am I gonna say, right? Like, I mean, what am I gonna say, right? You know, when were you at FAM?
2000. I got there in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, so good year. And then I think I was there for 2 years. And I had stopped acting for a while because I had been in some stuff when I was a kid. But I was there and I was like, man, I gotta go chase my dreams. You know what I mean? Like I was there. My parents wanted me to go to college, but I didn't want to look back on my life and was like, damn, I could have been the dopest actor ever. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be 80 years old looking back. Like I could have been the dopest actor ever and blaming my parents. I said, that's a cop out. So I stood up in the middle of class and I told my professor and all my friends, I was like, hey, I'm gonna mess with y'all. I'm finna go to the airport. And I left everything I owned at this little rundown apartment in FAMU, across from the CVS. If anybody knows FAMU, it's not a nice place, but I left everything I owned there. Tried to play basketball in Texas. And then after that, I was like, I was homeless in New York. I used to sleep at LaGuardia Airport. Wow. Reading my size, taking the M60 to the 1 train up to the Upper West Side to work with my coach on acting like 18 hours a day. And then, so that was like how I got the FAMU to
man, that is a great story. So now, wait a minute, did I read you on an episode or were part of Barney?
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. So there wasn't like a lot of work in Dallas. I'm from Dallas, Texas, shout out Triple D. So there wasn't a lot of work out there, and that came about, and I went to the audition, and they booked me, and I was like, oh, for real? Because at the time I was a little older, and they still casted me, and I remember coming off of that, and like the homies and stuff, and like trying to clown me. It was like talking all this, and then I showed them the check, and they was like, how I get on there. And now I guess it's it went viral because somebody did a voiceover on it. So I get it sent to me like every other month.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Especially now that
I guess that's a thing now. I didn't know people found that. Like, I don't even know how they found that.
Well, but you know how it is. As you come up, people start digging and kind of looking for stuff, and that's what happens.
Hey, look, tell them no dig too deep. Tell them stay.
Yeah, because I can kind of tell, like, you're like Peyton Alex Smith is nothing like Damon Sims.
Oh, nah. And this interview me. So like if you get to know me in person, you know, let's be chilling. Be having fun. I stay out the way. I like to eat good. We barbecue. I'm from Texas, so you know, we chilling.
Yeah, I got you. Now, so there are some good things that come out of Dallas. The DOC is one of them. The Dallas Cowboys aren't one of them.
Man. You gonna do me like that?
I'm trying to see. I don't know if you can see that. See where that says Washington. That's Washington Football Commanders now, of course. But you know, we're rivals like that, you know?
Yeah. What did y'all do last year?
I mean, well.
All right.
I mean, what can I say? I mean, we didn't do much of any, but what did y'all do ultimately last year?
We had a great season.
Man, you made the playoffs and that was it.
A great regular season.
Right.
Now, all I remember is my cousin was hype. He tells me every year. He's one of those ones that like truly believes. And he called me. He was like, "This our year, man. This our year." And like I just remember him calling me after they lost, and he was like, "Man, I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm tired. I can't take no more." So I don't know what it is. Like the playoffs ain't our thing. Maybe we need Romo back.
Yeah, maybe before you all actually decided to. He still has some game left, right? But I get it. And Dak's been
all this knowledge that he has now. I'm sorry, Romo, if you ever see this, like all this knowledge that you're talking about now, when you commentate, where was it? Where was it, bro? Come on, man.
Tony Romo was a good quarterback. Like, he
was balling. Yeah. Tony's a baller, like real baller, can play golf and basketball. I don't know why we got rid of Amari Cooper. I don't know what's going on. Like, Jerry, if you see this, holler at me. We'll get in contact with our people. Y'all can bring me on.
How's your game? How's your basketball game? Right now. So I've been focused on baseball, but I'm known to be a hooper. If anybody knows me, I used to play for an AAU team out there in Texas for Darren Williams, who played for the Nets and stuff, won Olympic gold medal. Like I played for his AAU team and stuff, and we was pretty nice. Like I'm solid. Like if there's some actors out there, if y'all see me in the All-Star game, I'm dropping 50. I don't care who it is, Chris Brown, Lil Durk, all y'all. Like I'm dropping 50 on your head. That's good stuff. Hey, but at least the Mavericks are solid. Mavericks are on the rise.
Shout out Luka. Dirk got a street named after him in Dallas. Dirk is good in Dallas.
Yeah. Last two thoughts. Peyton Alex Smith joining us on the program. So look, a lot of times I talk about Howard and the alums from Howard that are in the entertainment business. You mentioned Rob Hardy a little bit earlier, Will Packer, yourself, Angela Robinson. You mentioned Anika Noni Rose. As a matter of fact, Daniel Sanjata, I didn't realize he's a FAM guy as part of a Power, right? Roy Wood Jr., all of these people, man, talk about that FAMU alums are in the entertainment.
Shout out my dog out there in New York right now, Woody McClain, who's on Ghost. Like that's my boy, and we kind of started rising together, and just to see his matriculation is it's crazy. I actually stayed in the same dorm as Common when he was there at FAM. So there's a whole lineage, not only at our HBCU, but at all of these HBCUs. And so it's just so dope. But FAM has a heritage. And so it's super cool to see all of these people to come out of there. We winning. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Rattlers. You know what it is. We up now.
Yeah, football team made the FCS playoffs this year. Couldn't quite get past Jackson. Which is an early game, right? First game of the season.
That's understandable.
Yeah. Made the playoffs though.
Hey, that's all I want. When I was there, I don't think we was too hot. So I'm happy with the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Last thought. What's next for you? You mentioned BMF, which is dope, right? What's next?
Man, I'm just going on BMF. One of my friends is the showrunner. Shout out to Randy Huggins, who's working with 50. Tasha Smith had called me and was like, "Yo, are you in Atlanta?" So I pulled up. They were like, "Come to set." I had no idea who I was playing, and then Lala ended up being my wife, and I was like, "That ain't too bad." Right. But right now, man, just really getting ready for season 2. I got some things that I kind of want to do on the low, but just some writing some projects as well. Just working on my own stuff, and really just getting ready for season 2 of All American Homecoming. That takes the most of my time. We'll definitely have more episodes this upcoming season. So just preparing for that, really.
Yeah. Peyton Alex Smith again plays the role of Damon Sims, All American Homecoming, 9 p.m., 8 Central on the CW on Mondays. And of course, he's a FAMU alum. He joins us here on the program. Peyton, appreciate the time, man. Continued success in all you do.
For sure, man. I appreciate it. Hey, I love you, Mom.